Hello, investors, and it is already that time again for the featured property of the week from jameswachob.com. So we're finding great properties. I bought this property. We started renovation right away with the brand new roof and about a $33,000 renovation going down on this property. So from the main page, you always have your featured property of the week on the first page, and then you click the button that says Browse Properties to see all of the others. So a lot of you have asked, do I have to sign in every time that I go to your website, James, and check out the properties? Well, there might be a cookie feature on your smartphone or your computer. I'm no tech guy, but that seemed to solve it for a lot of people. Androids are a little bit different than Apple phones, but click on the button that says Browse Properties, and it's going to take you in to see all of the properties listed and more information about our featured property, of course. So as usual, we're going to start macro to micro, talk about where this property is. To the west of Memphis is the Mississippi River in the state of Arkansas. So this is downtown Memphis where you see my mouse circling around. That's where St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital is. A $9 billion investment to that area of town right now, just for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Lots of high-end apartments and mixed-use buildings being built as well. This entire area north of St. Jude is called the Snuff District, and that is being redeveloped by a local family, large developer in town. And it's going to be an amazing area with breweries, and the rumor is a Top Golf, so that'll be pretty cool for Memphis. Just east of there is where we're going to look today. Let's go east of downtown and south, and you're going to see the Memphis International Airport, home to the largest air cargo hub in the Northern Hemisphere. Thank you to FedEx. So FedEx brings in 100+ airplanes every evening, and this is their operation. This entire area that I'm circling with my mouse is the FedEx hub, super hub, where packages come in, they offload them, put them on an 18-wheeler or back on another plane, distributed to the rest of the world every night. It's a controlled chaos bringing all the planes into town. East of the airport is the area Parkway Village, and east of that is Hickory Hill. So zip code 38141, 38118, those are some of the zip codes you're seeing in this area. If you kept going east, 38125 is the zip code. Today we are focused in on this little property in the 38115 zip code of Hickory Hill. And I've got a heart on it. So if we pull in, you're going to see that this property is located east of the airport a good bit. The further east you go from the airport in the Hickory Hill area, the higher it ranks in scoring, A, B, C neighborhood. And if you've ever seen my video where I walk you through Memphis, you know, how close is it to good shopping? Let's lean on someone else for due diligence. In this case, I'm going to lean on Chick-fil-A. So Chick-fil-A has a newer facility here. You know, they did their due diligence and they chose this area for a good reason. So how close is the Chick-fil-A is actually one of the items on my checklist when scoring a neighborhood A, B, or C. That also digs into home ownership, land value. If the house were to burn to the ground, what would you rebuild in its place? So we've ranked this property at a B+. So meaning it's not mostly rentals in this specific area of 38115. It's close to a Chick-fil-A and other great shopping. It's 20 minutes from a large employer downtown St. Jude, 15 minutes to the airport if you worked at the super hub for FedEx, 15 minutes to the FedEx corporate headquarters, which is 7 seven-story buildings. It's a big operation for middle management. It's just really good location. Solid house. Mostly, most of this house is being renovated. That's what I'm trying to say. So brand new roof, you're replacing all the rotten wood, painting the exterior, painting the interior, new kitchen countertops, new appliances, new water heater, new floors. The list goes on and on. We'll get to that. So it's $125,000, right in the price point you guys have been asking me for. It's got $1,150 a month of the target rent. I think we'll get more. But target rent, I'm sitting here at $1,150 to be conservative. That's going to give you a 9% cash on cash return, almost 8.57. $214 a month of cash flow, and it's a B+ property. I always tell people, like, all right, so what's my ideal property? in a good neighborhood, that's where we start. 3-bedroom, 2-bath with some type of covered parking. In this case, you get a 2-car carport. So from the website, you click on the picture of any house. So any house that I have there, and it's going to open what's called the Diligence Vault. So the Diligence Vault is a Google Drive folder, which is going to store all the information that a diligent investor is going to want to see to either eliminate this as a possibility for their portfolio or seek more information, dig in deeper, maybe pick up the phone, call me, and ask the questions that aren't answered here. So we're going to have before, during, and after photos added to this property as I complete the renovation. I closed on this property just 2 days ago, but by the time your mortgage was ready, if you are taking a mortgage, a lot of you guys are paying cash, the house will be ready. It'll be a 30-day renovation, and that will be an impressive feat. You know, brand new roof, new mechanicals, flooring, paint. It's a lot of work to be done. I'm going to give you comparable sales. A lot of people have been saying they really appreciate this part of it. We'll dig into those. Then we have, of course, a pro forma, going to show the financial indications. Property data sheet gives you all the information that I have as a real estate broker. And then, of course, a scope of work listing the items that are going to be replaced and repaired on the house. Let's jump into the comparable folder. The first thing you're going to see is a 3-up report. So you have your subject property. That means the property that we are considering. And then the 3 comparable sales. This is the first thing you want to do is scroll to the bottom and look at the map and notice that they are within the same neighborhood, not miles away, just to try to make the property look good. An appraiser is going to look first in vicinity, meaning close to this house. So let's count it up together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 houses away is the furthest home from our subject property. So picture your neighborhood. And if you live in a community, a lot of you guys live out on some acreage, 11 houses away. So that's the furthest house that I'm using as a comparable sale. Many times you might see a report like this on some other provider's website, and they're showing you something half a mile away. An appraiser's not going to count that. Okay, so then you want to make sure they're in the same square footage range. You know, you don't want a 1,400 square foot house and a 2,400 square foot home. So our subject property is 1,500 square feet. Subject property, comparable property, number 1 is 1,600, number 2 is 1,400, and number 3 is 1,373. So right there in the same range. You want to see that the homes have been somewhat updated, and a lot of times you can do that in Memphis by seeing that they were renovated by another turnkey provider or the photos that are available. A quick drive-by is an easy way. But so I've done that, and we'll dig into that a little bit later. And then you have a square footage price, $83 a square foot, $79 a square foot, $84 a square foot. If we scroll to the bottom, we have a little cheat sheet that shows you that averages $83 a square foot. So you simply apply $83 a square foot times 1,505, and it's somewhere around 125. So now we know we're in the ballpark. James isn't trying to sell this house $10,000 or $20,000 over value or $10,000 or $20,000 undervalue, right? It's fairly priced after a great renovation. So in that folder, you're going to have more details about comparable sale number 1, comparable sale number 2, and 3. So I've used industry jargon here. Comp means comparable sale, comp 1, comp 2, comp 3. I even threw an extra in there because there's so many good comparable sales in the area. So you can click on any of these properties, get the real, in-depth data about who bought it, who sold it, who owns it. This one is actually a homeowner, so that's a big score to see that it's not all investor sales, which goes right along with what I was saying, that it's a B-plus neighborhood. It's not all investor sales in this area. If the only comparable sales you're seeing are investor sales, that would tend to be more of a B- or C property. I hope that makes sense, because an A property is in a neighborhood with 90% homeowner or better. A B, for most cases, a B property is 50% homeowner, 50% renter, and a C-class property is all rentals. So if the only comparable sales you can find are investors, yellow flag. There's nothing wrong with investor sales because it makes the economy strong in Memphis, and it shows that you're following other people that are having success. But if you're seeing only investor sales, it means it's probably mostly rental neighborhood. All right, so back to the website. Remember, click on the picture of the house. Takes you into the diligence vault, and now we're going to take a dive into the pro forma. So the house is $125,000 after a full renovation. We'll go over that in a second. It's going to take you $30,000 to buy this house. That's 20% down plus $5,000 roughly in closing cost. Could be a little bit less, depending on the type of loan you're doing, or your credit score might be a little bit lower. It could be a couple $100 more. But based on those numbers, 20% down and $5,000 in closing costs, that's going to give you a net operating income of $9,000 a year. That's defined by gross income, the $1,150 a month times 12, minus expenses. So bottom right-hand corner, I've got your expenses listed out. We do account for vacancy and future repairs. A lot of companies choose not to because it makes the pro forma look better. However, even though it's got a brand new roof, brand new hard surface floors, brand new appliances, the exterior's been, rotten wood's been fixed and painted, all those things have happened. Trees have been trimmed away from the house. One day that roof will have to be replaced. That's why we account for future repairs. Because of the age of this home, it's built before 1985, I account for 8% of the collected rent for this number. 4% for vacancies. Your insurance, principal insurance, P&I is what you're paying the bank every month. So that's your principal and interest. Then we have your property management fee, which is set at 8% of the collected rent. So $92 a month for professional property management. And I'm proud to say that I will be managing this house for whoever buys it. And then property taxes, $123 a year, because Uncle Sam's got to make his money, right? So then in the diligence vault, you're going to have what's called the property data sheet. So it's labeled, simply property data sheet. Show you a picture of that. Property data sheet right here. And in that, you're going to get all of the information that I have available as a real estate broker. So from the tax assessor, the exact square footage, exactly what you're paying in taxes, not an estimate. So $1,485.51 total taxes on this property. The last time this house was appraised was in 2000, and here's the data from that appraiser. This is where you can get the most accurate square footage number always, because he put a tape measure to that house. So when it's reappraised, when you buy it, if you take a mortgage, then it should match that 1505 unless there's been an addition. There's been no addition in this house since 2000 or ever. It's the original footprint that the builder built. Okay, two-car carport, so on and so on. This is an important one, flood zone. You always want it to say minimal and flood zone X. And that over the next 500 years, FEMA does not expect this house to flood. Memphis is nearly flood proof. And if you want to read more about that from the very home page, click on this Think Realty icon where I wrote an article along with Think Realty entitled, Is Memphis Really Flood Proof? Okay, so that's the property data sheet. The scope of work, this is important, and it's not even finished. So I typed this out right before I did the video. Brand new roof, new vent hood, new dishwasher, luxury vinyl plank flooring in all the living areas, carpet in the bedrooms. Replace all rotten wood and paint the exterior. Repair any sheetrock damage and paint the interior. Replace light fixtures as needed. New plumbing fixtures. Trim trees away from the house. Replace 2 interior doors. Service the heating and cooling units. The lady that we bought this house from worked for a major heat and cooling company in town and had a brand new unit installed less than 4 years ago. So it's a great unit, heating and cooling. There's no reason to replace it. It's less than 4 years old. Our guy is going to come out and service it, cage it just for extra protection. Not that the neighbor's going to steal the unit, but people in the industry, when they see my houses, it's like a target. Let's see, new water heater, and the list will grow on this property as I get out there in the next couple of days. Back from the website, let's see, if you decided you wanted to buy this house or any house on my website, what does that look like? You click the button that says order now. Boom, that's as simple as it is. You click that button and you fill out this form. This is a Google form, so makes it really easy. What is your email address? What is the address of the property you want to purchase? Don't put your address here. Put, well, here, I'll tell you the way I would do it. From the website, I would copy, yeah, I did that, and paste in the house you want to buy. Really easy. This is where you're going to put how you want the house titled. So if I was buying it, I'd buy it in James Wachob, or no, I'd put my middle initial in. And then if I wanted to put my wife, I could put my wife in there too, and Shelley Wachob, you know, however you want it titled. So it's that easy. If you've already spoken with one of our preferred lenders and you already, or you're paying cash, fill out that form, reserve the property. One of our contract administrators will send you all of the paperwork. You'll fill that out. You'll send in $5,000 earnest money that the attorney will hold until it's time to close on the house. So when do we know it's time to close on the house? If you're taking a mortgage, the renovations are 100% complete. The appraiser comes out, the home inspector comes out, the termite inspector comes out. Yeah, if you're getting a mortgage, it's by law, you need a termite letter saying the house is termite free. Then we move towards closing. That $5,000 applies towards your closing costs, down payment, and you buy the house. So $30,000 needed to buy this house. Great investment, 8% cash on cash return. If you're paying cash, it's a 7.31% cap rate. Guys, I want to be a catalyst to help you achieve your investment goals. Come out and visit me. Today I've got 2 investors in town, totally humbled and honored that the outpour of respect and commitment you have with me. We don't get a property on our webpage that doesn't sell within a few weeks. And usually that's my bad because I don't have all the information on there. So, moral of that story is I want to take care of you guys, and it's coming back to me tenfold. Please let me know how I can assist you. I'll tell you right now, I'm not the best sales guy. So you're not going to get a phone call from me saying, hey, you need to buy this house, or, buy 2 houses and I'll give you something free. I'm busy every day out here finding these jewels, these little diamonds in the rough, in great communities, but it's the worst house on the block. And I love them like that because I can buy it at a price that will allow me to come in and do this $30,000 renovation, improve the community, provide a property that's not going to have big ticket items for the next 10 to 15 years for my investors. Big ticket items, roof, mechanical, flooring. So if I can take care of that up front, put it in a 30-year mortgage, that way you're not writing a $7,000 check in the future to replace the roof. That's what is making so many people successful. Let me know how I can help you. If you want to reach out to me on the website, there's a button that says talk to an advisor. It'll open my calendar, pick a day and time that's best for you, or schedule a trip to come out and see me. Thank you so much and have a great day.